His Majesty Centenary.
Listen it first. Stop beat. Listen.
100 years today. He was born in our heart in 1892. I will walk, I will chant with King Rastafari.
On the 23rd of July, 1892, a child was born to Ras McConnell and Wazario Yashimabet of the Ethiopian province of Arar. His father, Ras McConnell, was a mighty ambassador and cousin of the great Emperor Menelik II of Ethiopia. The child was named Tafari McConnell, and his birth was a fulfillment of the prophecy, being a direct descendant of the ancient line of David, Solomon, and the Queen Makeda of Sheba and Ethiopia. From his earliest days as a youth, the young Tafari showed and displayed knowledge far beyond his tender years. All who came into contact with him marveled at his excellence in judgment. His knowledge and insight was such that from an early age he was instrumental in the shaping of Ethiopia's destiny, bringing this ancient kingdom to embrace the modern world that had now emerged around her. Active as governor of his home city of Arar when he was only 19, the young Tafari continued to rise, and in 1916 was subsequently made crown prince and heir to the throne of Ethiopia, with Empress Zadichu, Menelik's daughter, head of state. At the age of 38, Rastafari ascended the throne of Ethiopia, becoming Emperor Haile Selassie I, meaning the power of the Holy Trinity, and the 225th Emperor of Ethiopia, directly from the Solomonic lineage of kings. He also receives the title of King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah, Defender of the faith, and Light of the world. His Imperial Majesty is the victor over Italian fascism in 1941, and his works championing the cause of African brotherhood has made him the father figure of African unity. His Imperial Majesty is internationally acclaimed as one of the world's greatest statesmen of the 20th century, and his works for the integrity of mankind, equal rights, and justice is unparalleled.
God is now leading
He alone is the uniting force for the millions of Africans taken away into slavery and scattered to the four corners of the earth. And from the time of his coronation, he was observed to be the returned Messiah by those who now bear his name, Rastafari. I of the Rastafari faith observe the Emperor Haile Selassie I in his full glory as God on earth in the physical of man. first time an international delegation made this long-awaited return to Ethiopia to honor the centenary of the emperor on the promised land of Shashamane. This is a documentation of that pilgrimage. (1990), West London, England. A small group of Rastafari brethren and sistrins, representing different groups and involvement, were inspired to take on the task of planning and coordinating a series of activities befitting the centenary celebrations of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I of Ethiopia. This group was based at the Rastafari Advisory Service and was known as the 1992 Centenary Committee of Rastafari. The vision to be fulfilled was to organize a years-long event in honor of the emperor, the highlight of which would be the triumphant return by an international delegation of Rastafari faithful to the land grant of Shashamane, Ethiopia. During the years 1936 to 1941, of exile from his beloved country, Ethiopia, occupied by forces of aggression, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie I, Emperor of Ethiopia, resided in Bath in this villa. In memory of his residence and in appreciation of the warmth and courageous hospitality of the people of Bath, His Imperial Majesty has donated Fairfield Villas to the Corporation of Bath to serve as a home for the aged. The Centenary Committee of Rastafari, following in the Emperor's footsteps, likewise sought to draw spiritual strength here in Fairfield Villas, in I preparation to accomplish that victorious return to Ethiopia. Ever since the advent of the Rastafari movement, the popular press has always tried to project the Rastafari faith in a negative light. creating stereotypical images of the movement, ridicules, and dishonoring the concept of the faith. 1992 was no exception, and despite early press releases of our intention and the reason for traveling to Ethiopia, most early newspaper articles written still concocted their own story as to the purpose of our mission. Once we had thoroughly worked out the feasibility of our plans and strategies, the Centenary Committee of Rastafari made public our intentions and officially launched our program under the banner 1992, the year of the Creator. This launch was held at the Hammersmith Town Hall on the 28th of February 1992, giving us 5 months to mobilize the community in England and internationally in preparation to travel to Ethiopia for this historical return.
The Centenary Committee had invited three elders and 3 young angels to join I here in England for the strut to Ethiopia. In this Iowa, because I elders then as the spiritual leaders in this Iowa, and the strength and the guidance as for young Rassis was also important on their side, the fact that it was like a dream become a reality. It allowed I here in England to come together a bit more, because everyone was interested and wanted to know, everyone was willing and wanted to know and meet the elders and be a part of that gathering with the elders. Because the elders are ones the one I look up to in a sense, you know, because, you know, they've been on the tribal line of Iowa, they've been on our guidance and our light, and I really more or less recognize that and respect that, what they've gone through till this Iowa, to be a part of I, because I, as young Rastas, must feel some form of responsibility to them, really. Is what called carry the fire in this Iowa within I&I's Rastafari liberty. The church called order, and I could not have gone to Ethiopia without any other order but the church called order, Rastafari.
After 2 years of hard work and intensive preparation, the task of mobilization had now been completed. And on the 28th of June, 1992, the first international delegation of Rastafari departed from Heathrow Airport en route to Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. To be joined by 2 more delegations which came in the 2 consecutive weeks thereafter.
Vision of arriving in Ethiopia was the joy of arriving, and also the time. It just seemed that we got there so quickly. But it was coming down the stairs and being at the tarmac and seeing a multitude, which seemed like a multitude of Ethiopians, all sort of trying to wrench badges that you were wearing of His Imperial Majesty. We got through customs, and it was nice to see Rastagassa. He was there as the ambassador waiting for us, and he helped us to get through customs. We got through customs, and then we gave praises to the Almighty, and in those praises we sang, and it was then that one could actually see how beautiful Ethiopia was, and how welcoming Ethiopia was to us, that it wasn't going to a strange land, it was going to a land that we'd been there for 500 years that we were taken away, but nevertheless it was the land of our birth. And I felt that everyone felt that they'd been there before. And so I gave thanks and praises for that. We got into our coach and drove off to Kotobe. And I think everyone was feeling how Ethiopia was like Jamaica in a sense, really. That's all everyone was saying, is that, good God, this is like Jamaica.
And the day-to-day turnover of Rastafari liberty, my man can always remember the sound of the drum early in the morning, boom, boom, at 6 o'clock, waking up the community for chants of Isis unto His Majesty, and Bimbi would start from 6 in the morning, first light, which is 1 o'clock in Ethiopia. And then the task that we would have to share, the cooking, the cleaning, the school that was set up for the youths who were among us, and ones who gave their services immediately and without question to all aspects of that liberty, so that I saw not only the possibility of repatriation, but the reality, because I had to live during that glorious time as one people within that land. Say 40 youths and elders of Rastafari to dwell in one large house, villa, with splendid accommodation, because the youths had space to run around on the lawn outside, and I had space for reasoning with Ethiopians, with people like the Moambasa.
Haile Selassie.
Our presence in Ethiopia at this time was very significant. In fact, this was the first year since the dictator Mengistu had fled to Zimbabwe and the fall of the communist regime in Ethiopia, allowing Ethiopians for the first time to openly express their love for His Imperial Majesty. Newspaper articles and magazines paid tribute to the emperor in a way that they were not able to do for the past 17 years.
So I want to know now, why do the people say they want to hold funeral?
For moral support, it is nice for the people of Ethiopia. Yes, to
Oh, it's
Yes.
The might and power of the Holy Trinity cannot die.
Yes, my first word to the daughters there now is that I would say to you, weep not. You must dry up your tears now and no more crying. For our King liveth. He lives. That's what we must accept now, that he is live. Although you might not see him, but he is alive and live. So we must rejoice now and take off all the mourning. No more mourning. You must not mourn no more. You must rejoice to know that your Father liveth. No more mourning. No more mourning. When you cry, I feel it. We not to cry now. We say, rejoice. Rejoice, O ye daughters of Zion, for thy King liveth. Yeah, he liveth. So that is the message now. You would come in like Mary and Martin, those people went to Jesus to weep. But when he go, he liveth. So the message now to you and your people is that our King liveth and reigneth forever and ever and ever. We have gone through the lamentation already, the suffering, the crying and the weeping. We have all of us in our different areas. In the Western world, black people in a whole suffer under the white man philosophy. The white man, and the head of him is the Pope.
Fire!
Hey! He represents the devil. Just as how His Majesty represents the Almighty. Two kingdoms, one is Satan and one is Jah. The Lion of the tribe of Judah represents the thrones of David. The sons of Jesse, black people. Sons of Cush, Ethiopians. We are all here proud to be an Ethiopian. And the Ethiopian cannot change their skins. They are black people. Neither the leopard. The leopard is a white man. They are what invaded our land and scatter our people, take us captive. The last beast to fight against His Majesty is Russia, communist. And he is the last. There shall be no more. They shall bring a total end to the complete of all the Western world. Mussolini did light a match in Ethiopia, and it shall burn in Europe. The Western world shall perish for all that they have done unto I and I people. And praise that.
ተማሪዎች ሳይሆን አይቀርም።
Practice that. To quote Isaiah, let them take a cake of rituals in the Bible which only Africans practice.
One of the emperor's fondest dreams came true on December the 16th, 1961, when he convoked the Haile Selassie I University. It was an occasion of ponderable pride, for he had sown the seed and nurtured the plant that on this day had blossomed into full maturity. Prior to this event, to fill the gap, hundreds of Ethiopian students were sent to institutions of higher learning abroad, a project that began in his earliest years of his ascension to the throne. In laying the foundation stone of the Haile Selassie I University, His Imperial Majesty speaks. In the field of education, we take great pleasure in the fact that the opening of Ethiopia's first university is near at hand. Henceforth, students that have demonstrated the capacity and the ability will no longer leave their homeland to pursue higher education. We ourselves have presented our Garnete Lior Palace and its grounds, inherited from our beloved fathers, as a free gift to the nation, to serve as the nucleus of the university physical faculties. At the time, His Imperial Majesty was aware of his subjects' effort being made to erect a statue in gratitude of their sovereign. His Imperial Majesty said, "By what means can man's achievement in this world be best remembered? Many people think that this could be done by the erection of a physical and material structure. Others believe that their works are in themselves lasting monuments. We, for our part, think that man's contributions, which live to influence the life and progress of prosperity, are the most permanent monuments that can ever be erected. Any monuments to be left for our people to be permanent must be erected upon spiritual foundations. Our beloved people, in contemplating the erection of a monument in our honor, and we, on our part, to express our satisfaction and recognize this gratitude, have decided that on this same spot, that a university be erected and established for the education of Ethiopia's youth, so as to allow them and the future generation to benefit from this happy event."
On this birthday of His Imperial Majesty, Haile, Selassie, Haile, Selassie, the King of all kings, Lord of all lords. One I and I should worship day and night. As the elder said, 7 times a day you praise the Imperial Majesty. All the blessings and the peace the Imperial Majesty has given unto you. Jah!
The Garnete Lior Palace, built by the Emperor and was its home until 1960, now serves as a nucleus of the Addis Ababa University. On the day of our second visit, we were specially invited to see the original bedroom chambers of the emperor, which was kept perfectly intact and was not made accessible to the general public for over 17 years. From we touched down on the land, the first questions, the first reasonings that the Ethiopian brothers and sisters had put forward unto us was to say, yes, we know Baba Janai, His Imperial Majesty, as king, but how do you see him as God, Exilibier? And within reasoning, when I reason and show them of greater knowledge from the book of Revelation that reveals only the Lion of the tribe of Judah was worthy to stand, and that no man other than him could stand and break the seven seals. When we reason of our trod from them ancient time, even being taken away into the land of captivity and embracing the African king, the African God of creation. When we show them these knowledge, they would say unto us, you have shown us something that we will carry in our heart from this day onwards. That was the sincerity of the Ethiopian people. Mount Entoto, overlooking the city of Addis Ababa, the proposed site for the original capital by Emperor Menelik II. But it was too cold, and there was a problem with obtaining firewood. The Empress, Taitu, desired the capital to be built in the valley below, where there were the natural hot springs flowing freely from the earth. She pointed to its location, where she identified the growth of a flower. Hence, the capital was moved into the valleys below and was called Addis Ababa, meaning new flower. Ethiopia is a Christian country, and the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is similar and yet dissimilar to other forms of Christianity. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church is a member of the Oriental Orthodox group of churches, which are 5 in numbers, forming the Eastern Bloc. These churches are also called the Monophysites, or the non-Chalcedonian churches. And it is here that their difference lies from the main Western Christian churches. Because in 451 AD, at the Council of Chalcedon, they disagreed with the belief that the Christ was God and man, arguing instead that his divinity and his humanity were combined in one person. In January 1965, these 5 Eastern Orthodox Church met again for the first time in over 1,500 years since the Council of Chalcedon. This historical meeting took place at Africa Hall, and at the end, the emperor was proclaimed defender of the faith.
Yes, first lion in the hands after 500 years. Hey sister, you getting it? Rastafari, get it good enough, watch it.
Somebody pull me locks.
After 500 years.
shock of proper building and relating facilities, Africa in the past was never chosen as a venue for international meetings. With more and more African countries gaining independence, the need for Africans to meet together and discuss their problems on African soils became acute. And so it was that in 1961, Ethiopia built Africa Hall, dedicated by the emperor to the cause of African liberation, peace, and unity.
I for surrender I flag Rasta, which I will never surrender the flag of His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie to enter Africa hard. So I is here in defiance against the authorities. That I will never surrender I Ethiopia the flag for no reason whatsoever. We're ready to not to go inside than to give up our dignity, our flag and our country. Selassie Rastafari. And I finally break the chains as I are able to tread with a representative flag of Ethiopia, breaking all barriers, all chains of oppression and colonialism. And I is about to see I Father's house, Africa house, built for the unity of all African people. The conquering lion has broken every chain. Ja! Rastafari! Ja! Rastafari! Ja! Rastafari! Haile Selassie the first, forever. Blessed be Jah. Rastafari.
The hall was built at the cost of $6 million Ethiopian dollars and is striking in design, both in its inwards and outward appearance. Of particular note are the bold stained glass windows, the works of an Ethiopian artist, Hasfawork Tetle. These windows portray symbolically the Africa of yesterday, today, and tomorrow in her struggle for freedom and progress. Africa Hall is the permanent headquarters of the United Nations Economical Commission for Africa, the ECA. The ECA, together with the Ethiopian government, are responsible for the upkeep of the building.
On any occasion to found the good name of Ethiopia, we shall take his weapons from the enemy and make him return by the way that he came. Thus saith His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie. Jah! Rastafari! Jah! Rastafari! Selassie. Hi.
colonial government. Yes, that's
It's quite interesting how the Centenary committee was invited to put on a program at the National Theatre, which is the Emperor Haile Selassie I Theatre, and it was actually invited. We were actually invited by a man whose family was linked with the actual rearing of His Imperial Majesty as a young boy. Ethiopians at the National Theatre were very encouraging. They were very enthusiastic about the fact of this exchange between the Rastafari community and the Ethiopian community. When the delegation actually arrived in Ethiopia, when I observed a lot of the program, they all carried their own forces, the Nyabingis and the Grandation, traveling throughout Addis, wherever the delegation went, and bringing the sounds of the drums and the chanting. I felt the night at the National Theatre was a night where it was the official gathering of that exchange between the Ethiopian community and the Rastafari community, because the response from the Ethiopian community that night was tremendous.
Greetings of perfect peace and love. In the name of our God and King, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Gurmawe Alamawe Haile Selassie. Mon ambassador Nagadagunda. And Gosinagas, thank you. Today, we want to give a message to our Ethiopian brothers and sisters. Ethiopia must unite. Every black man and every black woman is an Ethiopian. If we are divided upon tribal lines, we open our doors to foreign intervention. Therefore, we must put away our tribal differences. And we must deal with what we have in common. Ethiopia is big enough for all of us. Therefore, let us come together and show the example to the rest of the African countries. Look at Europe. She is trying to unite. Even the United States and Mexico and Canada are trying to unite.
the United States, Canada,
Yet the Europeans are encouraging us to divide. Black Royal Ethiopia. We must unite and unite the continent. And read the teachings of His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie.
Greetings in the name of them who have baptized. Emperor Selassie first. These are some quotations and achievement of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie first. Emperor Selassie Rastafari was born on the 16th of Haile in Ara, 1884, 16th of Haile in Ara. Rastafari, Emperor Selassie first, traced his lineage to King Solomon and Queen of Sheba and began to crush in the year 6,280 BC. This is the most ancient lineage in the old world today. Emperor Selassie Rastafari first gave first headquarters of the OAU in Addis Ababa and is the first honorary president of the OAU. Emperor Selassie in 1923 succeeded in the admission of Ethiopia to the League of Nations. Emperor Selassie dedicated himself, established of a national education system. He also purchased out of his own pocket with his money 2 printing presses. He also converted his palace into a university.
Can I escalate? My name is Truman, I'm 11 years old. I love Jah because he made me to be on this earth. Jah! Let's hear the word.
after they took life from the bottomless sea, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation, triumph one day. dedicate this flag to the people of Ethiopia. National Thing.
Blessed be Jah Rastafari.
Selassie.
Not much. Just that the land's nice.
You like the land?
Yeah.
Yes, brother mighty man. So,
yeah, man, just enjoy this beautiful day. Man don't have a hot spring bath. And I wait to try the Shashamani to start the ices and seal up the Ibenacle. Yes, sir, it's a beautiful and a glorious day. The eve of the 100th birthday celebration of His Majesty, Rastafari.
Selassie.
Jah, Rastafari, conquering lion from the tribe of Judah. Fire upon the wicked now, Jah, Rastafari,
In the wonders of heaven, treading out to the H.I.M of His Majesty, Haile Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
The fact that I as Rassis could gather internationally, bringing ones and ones from all corners of the globe, I could spend time and reason upon matters which is relevant to I as a people and to I development. Linked very closely with the whole aspiration of repatriation. Because as was said and as has been said in all of the publication which has gone out in respect to the Centenary, that the 1992 Trad in itself is a beginning and not an end. It is the extra gear, if you like, or it is the extra momentum in order to push the movement forward. I must also add that the Trad gave ones and ones who was part of that Trad. There was a feel that there was a spiritual upliftment by being in Ethiopia at the time that I was in Ethiopia, because it was very significant in particular of all the things which was going on in respect to Ethiopia, in respect to the alleged bones and the alleged burial. And one of the things which I personally witnessed, that the Trad was a spiritual upliftment to the Ethiopian people who was going through a turbulent period in their history. Rastafari.
Word and glory to sound, and glory be to the power of the Most High. Jah Rastafari. Isaiah chapter 9, a scripture which was fulfilled in 1892, the 16th of Haile in the year of John. Christ's birth and glorious reign. Nevertheless, the dimness shall not be such as was in her vexation, when at the first he lightly afflicted the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali,